Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the second episode of That Some Crazy Shit with Kelly and James. I am Kelly Morgan, and my co host, my brother from another mother, a man that needs, well, at least to me, no introduction. This man has been my friend since kindergarten, and that's some crazy shit. That's over, well, if I tell you, then you'll know how old, but that's
I
over
know
40
that's
years.
over. That's over.
My brother from another mother, James Baez. How's it going, brother?
What's up, Cal? Everything's good here.
Everything is fantastic. I am so glad we are doing this podcast. Our debut episode was last week, and I had the best time.
It was fun.
It's really fun. I really like it. I'm really glad and very thankful for anyone who chooses to listen to our banter as we hash out crazy shit. So James, tell our listeners, our newfound friends, why we're doing this.
Well, I have a question for you. Would this be our mission statement?
Yeah, do we need one? An objective? Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't
Mission
know.
statement. Okay,
I
I'll
don't
go
know.
for mission statement. Yeah, this is our mission statement. Go, James.
Okay, so what we're trying to achieve is just to hit a bunch of different subjects on the paranormal. That's going to be kind of what I'm focusing on. Although Kelly will be hitting on some other things, and we just kind of want to open up everyone's, I don't want to say eyes, but maybe minds to different things. We talk about some crazy stuff, and I think we're so open-minded about it that we can talk about a bunch of different stuff. So, and we hope that when you listen to us, we interest you enough to either say yeah, or that you're like, well, that's not, that's
Yeah,
a bunch,
that
that's a
cannot
bunch of
possibly be true. And I think, James, the bottom line is that you are one of the few people that I can really talk about some crazy shit with, right? Just, I have found myself going down a rabbit hole on YouTube on some stuff, and you're just like, man, who can I talk to? And I'd be like, you know what, James, because you're open-minded enough not to shut me down. So I'm hoping that I like our mission statement that people will be interested enough to either say, yeah, I agree, and I'm going to go find out, or that's really interesting, or that can't possibly be true. You guys are crazy. And that's okay too, because this is some crazy shit.
and then go, hey man, prove us wrong. Go do your own
Yeah.
research.
So, by no means, we are not experts. We never claim to be. But what we will do is whatever we're going to talk about, we're going to bring you some written information, some theory. We're actually going to do some research, okay? Along with our opinion, which is so very important. And
And
then,
that's the majority.
and we want to discuss things. And on a side note, just so you guys know, even though some shit that's going on today in 2020 can be deemed as crazy shit, we're not going to go there. So, for example, we're not going on COVID, and there's enough info. There's other places. You know what? And as much as it is crazy shit to me, no politics. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. So, we just want to keep it positive. So I just wanted to put that there. One more thing, we are not on social media yet. We are working on it, but we do want your comments and your feedback and your ideas. So you can drop us an email. We do have email. That's funny because that's the only thing we have right now is an email address. But you can reach us at thatsomecrazyshitpodcast@gmail.com. It's all one word. That's some crazy shit podcast@gmail.com. And we would love to hear from anybody that has any, if you want us to check some stuff out, if you've experienced crazy shit, let us know, because we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yes, no,
Yeah.
yes, James. Okay. Just
Oh
want to
no,
make sure
we're
you're with me,
always
dude.
up to talk about it.
All right. So James is going to start off. He's going to kick it off with something that we'll do weekly. This will be a weekly podcast, and it's going to be cryptid creatures. And last week he did Bigfoot and Sasquatch, which I thought was really cool. This week he's got something new for you, lake monsters. And cryptid creatures is brought to you. We have a sponsor. Look at us. Cryptid creatures is brought to you by Chef Bella B LLC. And Chef Bella B is located in Aurora, Colorado. Now, Chef Bella B, she provides personal and private chef service. So if you live in the Denver area or if you live in Colorado, she can provide some personal and private chef services. Right now, she is chefing it up at a little bar called East Thax Tap. I have to say that really slow. East Thax Tap, and that is located at 8001 Colfax in Aurora, Denver. And she is there 3 days a week. I think she is there Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. And she does really good bar food. So if you're looking for chicken wings and pizza, tater tots, fries, chicken fingers, she's got it for you. And I will tell you, James, that she's got some really great sauces too. Her black cherry barbecue is off the chain. I know she sent you some spices
Yeah,
that
she
she
did.
sells on her website. So if you don't live in Denver and you want to check her out, she does have a website. It's www.chefbellakitchen.com. Chefbellab.kitchen. God, Kelly, you are messing this up. Wow. Okay. Chefbellabkitchen.com. She's also on Instagram at Chef Bella B. So the website, one more time, for those of you who are slow like me, right? It's chefbellabkitchen.com. She sells sauces and spices on her website. You can check her out, see what she's all about. She was gracious enough to sponsor James's segment. And so with no further ado, thank you, Chef Bella B. James, it's all you, dude.
Right on. Thank you, Kelly. So I wanted to just hit on lake monsters, and I just throw that out as a general term. Everyone knows about Nessie, Loch Ness, but there's a lot, and it's funny I didn't realize how many there were until I did a little research. I knew about the one in Lake Champlain,
Who's that?
Champy.
Champy.
Champy. I knew about that one.
I knew
And
about Ogopogo.
yep, in Lake Okanaga, I've heard about that one. But then there's a bunch, and it's funny. There's a bunch and I noticed that the lakes are always cold water. Well, not always, but the majority of them are. And everyone's familiar with Loch Ness,
Right.
and um, that kind of description of the classic long neck sticking out of the water.
Almost like a brontosaurus, right? Almost like a dinosaur, right? Come on.
Well, a plesiosaur is what they
Okay.
call it.
Okay.
So, hey,
Dinosaur.
that's what happens when you do research, man. I even learned how to say it.
Good
So,
job. Proud of you, James.
right on.
Taking this shit serious. I
Yeah,
like
the
it.
internet, man. So, that's the classic description, or that you usually get. But there's so many others. I've heard of one, or I read about one that had a horse head connected
literally a horse head.
Hey, this is what they say. I wasn't there, man.
Just say.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of different descriptions. And so there's one I found interesting in Sweden, and I don't know if I'm going to say this name correct.
Hey, go for it.
All right, so
do your best.
I lost my notes, man. Oh, sorry, here it is. All right, so it's the Lagaflort.
The Lagaflort.
I think so. Worm in Lagaflort, Iceland. And this is they reportedly just a big worm with, I don't know if you would call it hair or feathers, but some kind of covering. So there's that. And then
okay, so wait. Before you go away from, I don't want to butcher it, Lagaflor, if that's how you pronounce it. When you say that people have seen it, do you have any idea? Like, has it been cited over a period of years? Is it something that's been around for a long time? Are people still seeing it today?
I didn't see any late sightings for the logaflort,
So when was the
but
last time that you saw that somebody saw the logaflort?
well, I couldn't find any recent sightings on that one. I didn't really look though either. What I did find was something called the. Now I hope I don't butcher this. The Tesseract in Alaska, and there's a video from 2009 that shows something in the water, about 15 meters, so like 45 feet, generally maybe a little longer.
Thank you, because I am not familiar with meters. I need good old feet and inches, please.
So that's as close as I can get on that one. And then I started getting into all these other crazy stuff in Alaska. So I just want to do something about Alaska in the future. But yeah, there's all sorts of these
Well,
lake monsters.
if you do stuff on Alaska, they got a lot of alien abductions up in Alaska, right?
Hey, Alaska's got crazy
Right?
shit going
Alaska
on. It does.
crazy shit, but let's not digress.
Okay, sorry. I get excited. My bad.
Stay, I'm just saying, since you brought that up, that's hey, yeah, I'm just saying. But no, let's stay with lake monsters, dude. Let's
All
try
right,
to
sorry.
let's not have like a
I'll
typical
relax.
conversation. Let's understand that people are not gonna like it when we jump around because we tend to when we talk, but let's focus. Let's focus.
Okay, that's my attention deficit. So, but yeah, and we had talked about the surgeon's photo before.
Yeah, and it's so funny. So when you say surgeon, this dude was a surgeon who back in the 30s, I know this story. So let me just help you out here. See if I'm right. The surgeon, dude was a surgeon. I shouldn't say dude. This man was a surgeon who back in the 30s had a camera. Cameras were not popular in the 30s. It was like probably a luxury item, right?
Well,
And
that's why he's a surgeon.
right. So he was a doctor, surgeon, and he had a camera
Yeah.
and took a picture of the Loch Ness Monster. And that's that famous picture that you see with the head sticking out of the water that I think probably everybody has seen on the internet, right?
Oh, you've seen it everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere. And until we started talking about lake monsters, I didn't know it was a fake. So you crushed that for me. Thank you.
It's my job.
Anyway, continue.
So, well, and it's funny because this photo has this backstory, and it's funny because it's like the Game of Thrones of Loch Ness. Back in the day, this newspaper had hired this big game hunter to get proof or to capture Nessie. Okay, so he sets up this big cage, all this. Then he finds prints or a print. So they cast it, blah, blah, blah. Now remember the description of Nessie, the plesiosaur, and they have flippers.
Well, I didn't think that lake monsters left the lake.
Well, there are reports of lake monsters being on land. I mean, not miles and miles, but on shore. So, but they're primarily a water creature. So they're, logic would dictate they have flippers. So this guy finds a footprint. They cast it, but turns out it was a hippo foot that had been made into, I don't remember if it was like a trash can or umbrella stand or something. And so this.
So they had taken this trash can or this umbrella, whatever object was made out of this hippo foot. They took that and then made an imprint in the mud. Is what you're saying? Okay, gotcha. I'm following you.
So now this big game hunter is disgraced.
Oh, dude.
Okay? So now fast forward to the surgeon's picture. Okay, they sell this picture to the same newspaper that hired the big game hunter.
Okay.
Okay, no one knows about this. This is part of the intrigue. Okay, years and years later, it turns out that the surgeon was somehow tied to the big game hunter. And it was
So
just like a revenge thing, you
it
know?
was revenge
Yeah, man. Big, that's
by
what
the
I said.
big game hunter.
Game of Thrones at Loch
You would
Ness,
think
man.
that people would have better things to do. But come on, let's keep in mind it was the 30s, and there probably wasn't a lot going on. So what are you going to do?
Well, hey, man, your honor was at stake.
Well, okay,
You know, you
honor.
got caught being, you know,
Okay,
so
I guess.
dictate, man. Revenge dictates.
Revenge of the Loch Ness Monster. That is an
Oh,
intriguing backstory. So tell me about, okay, so we got Loch Ness, we got Iceland, we got Alaska, we got Ogopogo, you said, right?
yeah, yeah.
We got, I think you had told me there's one in Argentina. Did you do any research on that one?
Not a lot. Um, you know, because I just wanted to do a broad, you know, hit a bunch real shallow, I guess, you know. That's something we could look for in more detail in the future. You know, if we want to get some of these more detailed, we could do that.
Where
But
else
I just
did you
wanted to
find them?
get everyone interested in how many they were. I was, you know, there's one, God, man, there's one in Utah, Bear Lake, Idaho. There's been a report
You said
in California.
Montana.
Yeah, Montana. There's oh, I don't remember the name of
Well,
the lake.
okay, so isn't it possible that these creatures could exist? Because a lot of times, we really don't know what's in water. And these are not man-made lakes, are they? Do you know that? These are natural bodies of water. These weren't lakes that were made by man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the Loch Ness, the loch is just a body of water, right? Nobody
Yeah, and
made
it's huge.
and it's huge. And
Yeah,
so,
they're
what
huge.
about like Lake Champlain and Lake? Would you say Okan,
Okanagan.
Okanagan?
Hmm.
I'm just curious because if they are, then there have been things there for a really long time, right? See, it's just nice to think that possibly these things still do exist. Although, I don't think that the Loch Ness is a thing anymore, and I want you to tell why you don't think the Loch Ness is a thing anymore.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I try to be really open minded about this stuff. But at this point, I just don't think there's any more evidence you can go on, you know, to say that the Loch Ness, there's a chance of it existing. They've done sonar sweeps and, you know, there's Google Earth. And they did a environmental DNA
Yeah, talk about the
search.
DNA. That's interesting to me. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, you think of DNA, you think, you know, blood or saliva or something like that. But now they do environmental DNA where they'll go and they'll take a sample, well, in this case of the lake, and they do it at different depths. And the thinking behind it is if an animal, just like any evidence, you know, if you go into a room, the theory is you leave some kind of trace evidence. If they're saying if this creature exists and it swam through that depth of water, the DNA is going to be in that sample of water. And so, and they're applying this to the search for Bigfoot too. And so it's kind of a neat thing that they're trying to do. But I just don't, you know, and it's sad because, you know, it's like I want it to exist, but I just don't think it does anymore. I don't know
So
if it
they
ever
did this
did.
DNA, and what did they find?
They didn't find anything of any size. They said the only thing they found was what they thought they would find. There was some excuse me, or yes, ill DNA. You know, typical, you know, like lake trout type stuff, but nothing that would
No
indicate
unknown,
no,
nothing that would just
no,
maybe make you want to investigate more. Typical DNA that they would find in that lake or that body of water that they know of. Nothing
yeah, I would,
surprising.
yeah,
So
no, and it's kind of sad.
you would say that the Loch Ness monster, according to James,
In
does
my
not
opinion.
exist. They got you. They convinced you a cryptid creature does not exist. And you
Yeah,
like that's hard for you. I
it
understand.
is hard for me, man. I'm traumatized.
I understand. I get it. because but the other lake monsters, you're not saying that lake monsters don't exist. You're saying the Loch Ness doesn't exist. And maybe it did at one time. I mean, maybe it was. Well, are you saying that the DNA would be there forever? So let's say the Loch Ness did exist back in the 30s or the 20s. Would they be able to pull DNA in 2018? Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I don't think it's possible, but I don't know enough about.
So maybe it did exist back then, and maybe it died. It can't live forever. It's been years, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
They're still
trying to ease the blow for you. I'm just trying to ease the blow.
No, but I'm hanging my hope on the other ones.
Okay.
And that's why I want to do Alaska, because there's some crazy stuff at lake monsters up there. But that's not gonna say it. That I want people to understand that everything exists, and I don't care what the evidence says. If the evidence says it doesn't exist, then I got to say, well, you know what? It probably doesn't. It doesn't exist.
But it's nice to think that it does, and it's nice that you even bothered to do the research, because most people would just discount it. Which it's crazy shit. You can't go around talking about lake monsters to just everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people are going to be like, yeah, I don't really have time for this. That's what, I don't know.
It's true, man.
It's just one of those crazy things that, I don't know. I am happy to engage on most anything that we talk about, because I don't know. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. I don't know. Let's have a conversation, which is exactly what we are doing. All right. Anything else, James, on lake monsters?
Not on lake monsters today, but like I said, if someone wants me to do a specific one, or if you want to add something, shoot us an email
at that's some crazy shit podcast at gmail.com. See how that worked?
Right on.
All right. So next up, I'm going to talk about some stuff. And, James has his cryptid creature segment, which is cool. And I don't have like a name. So I'm just going to call it Kelly's crazy shit. If you guys can think of something better, let me know. I've been thinking about it. Maybe I'll come up with a different name, but that's what I have for today. I am flexible.
That's a good idea, Kelly. Let the listeners decide.
Well, if somebody has something, that's what I'm saying. I'm opened. I don't know everything. Don't want to know everything. Somebody said if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room.
No shit, huh?
Yeah. So,
I have a question. I'm actually the smartest one in the room right now, but the room's empty.
Well, I guess that's okay, right?
I'm in the empty room, man.
I'm the smartest one in an empty room.
I am.
Okay, so my stuff, Kelly's crazy shit, is brought to you by Bright Headed Publishing, LLC. Bright Headed Publishing is a startup book publishing company. Their objective, or mission statement, as James would say, is to help aspiring authors fulfill their dream of being published. And just FYI, if you guys didn't know this, and probably most don't, they are in fact my publisher. I have written 2 books. One of them is published, one is not. Bright Headed published the first one for me. It's called You Sound White. It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and other platforms. You can get the ebook, you can get the paperback. It is something that I've always wanted to do, and they took a chance on me. I took a chance on them, and this is what we've got. And they are growing. They're a startup. Don't laugh.
No, because it's like this is where my brain goes, man. Immediately, I'm thinking of the ABBA song.
Oh, take a chance on me, that one. So anyway, Bright Headed is growing. They're actually looking for people to collaborate with, like editors and graphic designers. So if that's you, you should check them out. Their website is www.bright-headedpublishing.com. They also, I think, are on social media. I don't have their information, but I'll have it for next time. And my second book, just so you know, is called Wait for It, WEIGHT, wait for it. And that is actually in the editing process and hopefully will be available for you all to get a copy in November. So thank you, Bright Headed Publishing. Again, www.bright-headedpublishing.com. Thank you so much. So I am going to talk about what I think is crazy, crazy shit, but crazy shit in a good way, right? It's crazy good, and that is meditation. I am a firm advocate, believer of meditation, and if you know me, I have probably told you to meditate. So I think everybody's heard of meditation. James, do you meditate?
No, not really.
You should.
I know you always tell me that too.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
So almost everyone has heard of meditation. But before I go into like my, personal stuff, I just wanted to bring you some information regarding information, some information regarding information, some information regarding meditation. So it would be meditation information. Ooh, I am a poet and didn't even know it. I should rhyme all the time.
No.
That whole thing just rhymed. Okay. Anyway,
Focus.
I know, focus. Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique such as mindfulness or focusing the mind on a particular object, thought, or activity to train attention and awareness and achieve a mental clear and emotionally calm and stable state. That is the textbook definition. Webster defines it as to engage in contemplation or reflection. That is the definition of meditation. Now, keep in mind that there are so many different types of meditation. We could spend a good 2 hours just talking about meditation. But for the sake of time, I'm going to talk about what I believe are the most 6 popular types of meditation. And James, you tell me if you've heard of these. There's mindfulness.
Do you want me to tell you now? Like right after?
Yeah, have you heard from it?
No.
So mindfulness it teaches you to slow down racing thoughts and it brings your attention to the present. So you focus on the now.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I would benefit from that.
That's mindfulness. Then there's spiritual. Spiritual, have you tried that one? No? It's similar to prayer. Similar to prayer.
Oh, well, maybe.
So you reflect on silence. Your goal is a deeper connection with God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it. So that higher being, if that's what you believe.
Okay, I think I've done that, but didn't know what I was doing, I guess.
Okay. Then there's focused. Focused is when you intently focus on something, like your breath. So they'll say just focus on your breath. That's all you focus on. And that helps you stay in the moment and so your mind doesn't wander. Okay. Then there's mantra. And mantra is where you say the same word over and over, usually out loud. So it could be Om, Om. I'm sure you've heard that. I'm sure everybody's heard some type of mantra meditation. There's all different types of mantra. And the thing about mantra, the key is that the sound that you're making has a spiritual power, right? They say like Om is the sound of creation of the universe. Okay.
Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
Just so and this is where I believe everything kind of has its own frequency, its own harmony. And I believe like if you hit like a word, or something where you get that frequency your body's looking for, you can do things.
Well, James, think about it. In everyday life, don't people tell you to tune in to stuff and, tune into this or whatever, So I believe in frequencies as well. Absolutely. So the next type is transcendental. And that is where you're detaching oneself from anxiety and promoting harmony and self-realization by meditation, by a repeat of a silent mantra. So that's silent in your head. And to really learn transcendental meditation, that is something that you may have to pay for. And I'll explain that more about that. So those are the 6 most popular types of meditation. Keep in mind there are several more. There are apps that you can get. There are 3 that I have tried myself. Calm, CALM, which they even, I think you've seen their commercials where they'll say "Be silent for 15 seconds."
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yep, that's Calm. There's another one called Headspace. That's a pretty good app. And the one that I currently have right now on my phone is Insight Timer. And Insight Timer has literally 50,000 free types of meditations. You can pay, there's premium content, but there's free content too. You can go to YouTube, thousands of different types of meditations on YouTube. Internet, of course, if you Google meditation, see what comes up. It's overwhelming. And then there's books. There's books that you can buy on meditation. So literally you can access information in meditation anywhere. It's so abundant, it's everywhere. And the thing that makes meditation so crazy to me is that it's very simple and it has so many great benefits to it. And it's crazy that sitting quiet for 20 minutes a day, twice a day, can help with anxiety and PTSD and stress and all these things that people I think are so used to taking a pill for. There is a pill for everything. And sometimes there just doesn't need to be one, in my opinion. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with taking medication, but sometimes I, taking, for me, I'm not one to take pills, so I don't like pills. So meditation was a great way, an alternative for me to help me deal with stress and the things that were going on in my world. So I'm a big advocate of meditation. Um, so let me tell you about the meditations that I personally have done and do, because I meditate twice a day. I meditated this morning before we did the podcast. That's just, I meditate when I first wake up in the morning. That is the first thing that I do before I even put my feet on the floor to get out of bed. I meditate. Take
Well, I
about
have a
20 minutes.
question,
Yeah,
real quick. I do coffee. Is that like meditation?
I guess it could be. I mean, I guess when you do coffee, what do you do? Do you just sit and think
I
about your coffee?
I do. I just enjoy the hell out of
Do
it,
you
man.
just sit and savor every sip?
No,
Are
I
you
don't sit, man. When I drink coffee, man. There's no sipping.
so you're down in the coffee? Are you grateful for that coffee?
You know, Kel, I had my coffee pot break, a while ago, and I
Were
was
you sad?
I was sad, and it's funny because I had put it on Facebook, and I had like I love the people I work with, and they're like, "Oh, we'll bring you coffee," and the other coworker brought me a coffee pot maker, a coffee pot. I was like, "Oh, you guys, I
Aw.
appreciate that," and then I was like, "Well, God, you're not like a jerk to them when you don't have coffee, are you?"
Well, you know what? I have had coffee pots break on me and have stopped what I'm doing and went and got another coffee pot because,
Yeah,
I'm with you
AirPods.
on that. It is a necessity. It is a necessity. See, we
Well,
are
that's my
digressing. We
meditation.
are digressing.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, let's stay
Focus.
focused. Focus. Okay. So, meditations that I have done. One meditation that I have done and still do to this day is called Yoga Nidra. And the word Nidra literally means sleep. So, yoga sleep.
Oh,
And
wow.
actually, my yoga instructor introduced this to me. He mentioned it to me. So, what I did is I went and bought a book on Yoga Nidra. There's all types of books out there because I wanted to learn more about it before I started doing it to make sure I was doing it right. I don't know anything about Yoga Nidra. And Yoga Nidra is a state of consciousness between waking and sleeping, right? So it literally, your body is asleep, but you are fully conscious, right? So you do Yoga Nidra laying down. It is a lying down meditation. Is it
Oh, I
laying
like
down?
it.
Is it laying down or is it lying down? Is it
I don't
laying
know.
down? Which is it? I don't know. Um, that's, if somebody knows, let me know. But anyway, you lie down or lay down, and you do a what they call a body scan. So your body kind of goes to sleep. You put your body fully at rest, but your mind is fully aware. And they say that yoga nidra is great for sleep. So if you have trouble sleeping, you have insomnia, you can use yoga nidra for sleep. They have YouTube videos that will run for like 8 hours, 11 hours that you can, if you have like a sleep mask. A sleep mask is where you can, you've had a sleep mask where it covers your eyes, but they have some that have Bluetooth in them, so you can listen to stuff while you sleep. It's
Oh,
really
really?
cool. Yeah, I got mine on Amazon, so you can have your sleep mask and be listening to this, so you don't have to wear headphones or you don't have it next to you like on the bed or whatever. So anyway, it's great for addiction. So my little yoga nidra story is I started doing yoga nidra, and all the videos that I found on YouTube talking about, get rid of stress and anxiety and addiction. And I was like, ooh, addiction, because okay, I'll just come clean. For years and years, I smoked cigarettes. I
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I did. I smoked, and for a lot of people that know me, I hid my smoking. Maybe they knew, and we just played this game like they didn't know. But a part of me was ashamed to smoke because I always thought deep down inside it was a terrible habit. But being addicted to cigarettes is no joke, man. It's the struggle is real. I completely understand, and it's a horrible habit, and I get it. And I had tried patches, right? I had tried the pill. I forget what it's called. Whatever the pill
Well,
was,
you do the gum in the day?
I did the gum. What I think it's called Channix. I'm not 100% sure, but that shit made me just crazy. I don't. That's why I don't like pills. So I had tried all these things, and I would still smoke, even though I wasn't a heavy smoker. I was never a heavy smoker, but I did smoke. I was probably doing 5 cigarettes a day, But I had to have it with that morning coffee, and I was addicted to cigarettes. And so I started using yoga nidra to treat my tobacco addiction. And I kid you not, one day I woke up and I just had no desire to smoke. And I haven't smoked since. And it's been over a year. I say I quit smoking due to yoga nidra. So I still do yoga nidra today. I don't do it so when I started doing it, that's all I did every day for probably like 2 months. And I'm not saying that I did it and woke up and quit smoking. It didn't work like that. I can't tell you how long it took. It might have been a couple of weeks, right? But then the desire was less and less, I noticed. And I would focus on cigarette smoking. And when you do yoga nidra, you say what they call a sankopa, which is it can be like, I am going to have a great day today. And that's what you say during, in yoga nidra. It's a whole process. You should look into it. I'm not going to get into it, but it's great for addiction. It's great for anxiety. It's great for, they say, PTSD. It worked for me. It may work for you, but you would have to want to try it.
I
Yoga,
already know what I want to say.
what?
I am Groot.
You have proof?
I am Groot.
Oh, I am Groot. But yoga nidra is great. It's Nidra, yoga nidra. Check it out. There are books. It might work. Okay, that's one that I've tried, and I still do it. Not I do it ever so often because I really like the body relaxation. If I don't get enough sleep, I will do yoga nidra, and it helps me feel much better. Then there is transcendental meditation, and I'm talking TM. Now, TM is a specific type of meditation. These guys have trademarked and patented it. They have a foundation. This is the meditation that Ellen DeGeneres talks about, Jerry Seinfeld talks about, I think like Reese Witherspoon. And this is how I started finding out about it because I'm like, well, what are they talking about? What is this TM stuff that they're talking about? So I started Googling it. And what I found out that TM was introduced in the 50s, and I don't want to butcher this guy's name. I think it's Maharashi, and he was a yogi in the
Uh-huh.
50s, and he taught transcendental meditation. and you have to pay to learn. The thing about them is that they give you a specific mantra for you, only you, and you never tell anybody what your mantra is when you are learning the technique. And it's a class. You have to go. I think you learn it over a course of 4 weeks. Um, uh, I paid for it. I actually even had my daughter pay for it. I liked it, and there is a lot of scientific facts behind TM as far as what it can do for you. It's been known again to help with PTSD, anxiety, they have taught it to college students. They've taught it like in what they consider to be maybe urban, low income areas to help people. It is a way of reducing stress. Now, the thing about yoga nidra is, I mean, not yoga nidra, TM is that when you do this yoga, you are sitting. Okay, so you sit back erect, hands in your lap, and you just repeat this mantra over and over and over again in your head silently for 20 minutes, twice a day. That's it. Nothing else.
And you want me to pay money for that? You just told me what to do.
I did, but I didn't give you the mantra. That's the trick. The mantra that they give you is made just for you, and it's a process, James.
I
I'm
gotcha.
simple. I'm making it simple. There's more to it. You can check them out. You can Google them, learn more about them, all the scientific facts and studies that they have behind this type of meditation. I'm just saying it was something that I was interested in, so I paid to learn how to do it. I still do it. This is what I usually do in the afternoon. I'll do my TM meditation, and I'll be honest, I will go and do meditation in my car. The best place I've ever found to meditate is in the car. It's
Uh-huh.
fan because I'm sitting, I'm comfortable. It's great. So I love
But
to
not while
meditate.
you're driving, right?
Not while I'm driving.
All right,
No,
then.
the
Let's
car
just
is
get that
parked.
out there.
Okay.
I
So
want
the
people
next
to try driving.
Yeah. So the next type of meditation I tried was the mantra Om. So that's where you say the mantra out loud. And I've tried that. The thing about it is that I live with other people. It's kind of loud. You know, I don't want people coming in. What are you doing? So I don't usually do it. But when I did do it, when I did try it, I really liked it. It cleared my mind. I liked mantra meditation, but I don't do it too often. And the last one is one that I found about a month ago called HemiSync. And HemiSync is a trademark for a patented process used to create binaural beats. And it was founded by this guy named Robert Monroe. So their thing is they use sound waves to help you get to that meditative state. And they have videos on YouTube, and it's kind of cool. When I did the meditation, the sound waves were like maybe the ocean or some other stuff. I thought it was really cool. So I do HemiSync sometimes in the morning. I really like it. It's about 20 minutes. It's called HemiSync, HEMI hyphen SYNC. And that's just you should check out Robert Monroe. They have this thing called the gateway process, and the gateway process is where they can, with these beats, with these sounds, they can get your mind in a meditative state to help you get to
Yeah.
that plane where you can get
Yeah.
the answers to the questions. You know, they're talking the higher power, reaching that consciousness. And
The
bottom
Akashic
line,
record.
hey, but that's technically all meditation, no matter what you choose to do, is all about relaxing and quieting the mind. And I don't know if the mind can ever totally be quiet. There have been some times where I've been meditating and all of a sudden I feel like I'm back. So it's like, whoa, where, like for a moment, like where did I go? Right. And I think that's that bliss that they say where your mind is just totally quiet. But I don't, and I think that people kind of get um think meditation's hard because they're thinking that they have to quiet their mind totally, and you don't. So if you're looking to maybe try meditation and you're thinking, okay, Kelly, it sounds great, but I can't sit still. Well, there's walking meditation. Walking meditation is where you would just walk and maybe just for the whole time you're walking, count your steps. And you'll find that your mind will wander. And when you find that you're no longer counting your steps, just go back to counting your steps again, because that keeps you in the present moment, which is what meditation is trying to do. Right? So if you can't sit still, try walking. I do walking meditation. I don't even realize I'm doing it because I'm just walking the dog, but I've caught myself just counting my steps. And then I'll be like, oh, I'll be off someplace else for just a moment. It's weird, but just try it. Or if you're thinking, okay, I want to try meditation, but Kelly, I can't sit for 20 minutes sitting in a chair, doing whatever. Okay, then you can lie down. The thing about laying down is, if you go to sleep, I always tell people this, if you go to sleep, it's okay, because that's probably what your body really needed at that time. See, the whole thing about meditation too is you're actually being kind to your body. And how kind really are we to our bodies on a daily basis?
My body hates me.
Right? So you're actually, if you fall asleep, it's okay because that's what your body really needed. Or one more, one that I do, it's really quick, it's easy. If you say, okay, I still, can't quiet the mind, whatever. Okay, then let's try a gratitude meditation. And gratitude meditation is where you just sit for 5 minutes and just list all the things that you're thankful for. And it could literally be anything. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for my car. I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for my feet because they walk me to where I want to go. And I'm thankful for my hands and whatever,
Hey,
you
I'm
know?
thankful for my new knees, man.
Yes, I'm
I
thankful
get
for
you
my
on that
new
one.
knees. So if you can just sit for 5 minutes and just think of things that you are grateful for, it will probably put you in a better mood. And as one would say on the spiritual plane, raising your vibration, right? For me, when the reason why I started meditation, when I think about it, it all came down to fear, right? Like I said, I always wanted to write a book. But my fear wasn't writing the book. My fear was letting somebody else read the book and then tell me if they liked it or not. The one thing Kelly does not want to hear about how Kelly sucks at a writing, how your book sucks, you suck, it's not good. And when I first wrote that book, it was all done through meditation. So I actually wrote it. I'm like, cool, Kelly, you wrote the book. Now, you gotta let somebody read it, right? You gotta see if somebody wants to publish it, right? Okay, so through meditation, I would get over the fear. I would focus on it and I would get over it. And I used all these techniques and I did a lot of research like YouTube. There's, meditation specifically to deal with fear, right? So I did all these meditations. So now I'm ready. I'm just going to put it out there. And I put the book out there and guess what? Everybody said no. I got so many no's that I just, it sucks. Ever wanted something so bad and people just tell you no?
Oh no, not me.
It's never happened, eh?
Never. Hello?
I'm here. I'm still here. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just saying,
I was like,
I
yeah.
mean, no, I just it so for me, meditation helped me overcome the fear. And even now, okay, so even today, the book is out there. People can read it. Maybe nobody buys it. Maybe everybody buys it. I don't know. Whatever the case, I've still opened myself up to criticism, which is a fear for me. And meditation has allowed me to be okay with what comes with putting myself out there. I have given myself self-confidence enough to know that no matter what anybody says, good, bad, or indifferent, the bottom line is that I did it for me. I'm proud of what I did. So, and I have that confidence that at least one person's going to like it. Come on, man. It's a story. Read it. I mean, this is where I go. So that is why that is one of the main reasons why I meditate. And it's helped me get over a lot of fears. Fear is crazy to me. Fear is some crazy shit. Fear will stop you from doing a lot of shit in your life. And I've missed out on a lot of shit because of fear.
Yeah, fear is a powerful thing.
Fear is powerful. So meditation helped me overcome fears. Now I'm not saying you'll meditate the next day you're going to go and jump off that cliff or whatever,
Well,
but
that's stupid, Cal. Come on.
but it
That
but
was
it will
silly to
help
say.
you. It will help you take that leap of faith, right? And it's helping me strengthen my faith in whatever, whatever higher power, whatever, but in myself as well, right? So
I
it,
get you.
and I think it's crazy shit that I've been probably meditating seriously for 4 years. And I feel in 4 years I have grown more in 4 years than I have. I wish I would have started sooner, I guess is what I'm saying, because the
Yeah.
benefits are powerful. So, people, if you've never tried it, try the gratitude thing. And James, I want you to try it too. So when we talk again, you can tell me 5 minutes, 5 true minutes on just things that you're grateful for. And if you have a hard time, write them down first, right? Just write them down. If you're writing down, you're thinking about it. Write them down. Spend 5 minutes writing down things you're grateful for. That is a form of meditation, and you'll probably feel better. And then if you start doing that, you might be able to get to 10 minutes and then maybe 15 minutes and so forth. Go to YouTube, books. I'm an advocate. I'm going to step down off the
You are. You
soapbox,
are an
but
advocate.
I am an advocate. So, you want to do random bullshit?
Well,
Random.
can we do something real quick before that?
Absolutely.
Um, we kind of talked about this the other day. How come? And I think this is why a lot of people won't come out with their experiences. How come in all these movies where there's a paranormal event going on, there's an alien, there's a monster, and the little kid runs to the adult and tells the adult, "Hey, man, there's something going on." The adult just dismisses them.
I think because the adult has been programmed not to believe, and the kid isn't there yet, right? Um, that's just my thing. So it's funny that you say that because I can remember watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and okay, yeah, I'm a closet nerd. I like all that shit, but I really liked me some Next Generation. I wasn't a Star Trek fan like William Shatner. I mean, it was okay, but when The Next Generation came out, that was my shit. And the one thing that I noticed on The Next Generation is that no matter what crazy shit they said was going down, the captain, Picard, always believed him, right?
I
And
know,
they
huh?
and they investigated
Yeah,
everything. They could say, "Hey, there was a rip in the time continuum," and da da da, and they'd be like, "We're on it, Data."
yeah.
You know,
Data's like, yeah, Worf, figure it out. All right,
yep, Jordy.
Riker,
You know,
leave her
yeah.
alone. Get over here.
So, yeah, I think it's because adults are programmed not to believe, James. That's what I think. If we were programmed to believe, we wouldn't think this is some crazy shit, right? Adults are programmed not to believe. People shut down your beliefs when you're a kid, you know? Uh,
Well, that is true,
And I'm just a
but
big
still,
kid.
these. I mean, there's so much stuff going on, and maybe because I am so open minded to it. If we were out camping and the kid ran up to me, hey, I just saw Bigfoot. I'd be like, okay, well, hold on, let's check this out. Relax, you know,
Yes, me
let's see what's
too.
going on.
I would be like, where?
Yeah, let's kind of check in.
You
See
know?
what the big guy getting freaked out and hurting is.
So, yeah, absolutely. But Random Bullshit actually has a sponsor as well. So check this out. The Random Bullshit, which is, what we're going to call this, or, we could call it whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. Right now, this is what it's called again. We're open. We can call it whatever. Anyway, it is brought to you by The Working Poor Mobile Bartending. Now, this is located out of Atlanta, and they offer bartending services to business, events, parties, weddings, and so much more. You can check them out at theworkingpour.com. The Working Poor, and poor is as Pour, theworkingpour.com,
I
or
see what they did.
yeah, like pouring, yep,
Yeah.
or on Instagram at the Working Poor Bar. So check them out. I think that she should maybe when she blows up, she can go the Working Poor and take it on the road, and then she can come to where we are.
Yep. Locations.
Poor for us, yeah, that'd be cool. But anyway, that is our sponsor for Random Bullshit. I know we talked about this last week. We won't hash it out this time, but whenever you're ready, Matrix. I want to learn more about it. I don't really know. Like I said, um, it's interesting to me. Like when like I sent you those videos on glitches in the Matrix, or what did I say? NBA glitches like during NBA games, and I showed you the one of Shaq as a robot. Come on, is that supposed to be? Are they saying Shaq is a robot or that is Shaq's robot? I don't know. I mean, this shit is crazy to me. And when I tell people, they're like, Kelly, that those videos aren't real. But uh, I don't know.
Well, when the movie comes out, we'll talk about it.
Okay. So it's just shit that interests me. It just interests me, James. I'm interested. What else you want to talk about? Come on.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, have
You ha-
you seen? Well, actually, I don't know. I'm going to ask you because I haven't done it myself. I was like, have you seen the video of the UFO in? I want to say Cleveland or something. People are saying it's a blimp and all this stuff.
You know
I
what?
haven't seen it myself. I better wait. I better not comment too much.
I
haven't
do
seen it.
not have any social media.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
you
My
know,
bad.
that's
I
right.
forgot.
You forget I haven't watched the news in about 4 years. I
Bubble.
I live in a bubble. So,
Yeah.
we can talk about some other random shit, but if you want to ask me, have I seen something? Probably not, because I live in a bubble and my bubble's very comfortable. And, you know, I like it here.
The weather's nice.
The weather's nice. I like it here. There's no reason for me to leave. No reason for me to leave here at all.
Hey, man. Sometimes.
Well, James,
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
no, I was going to say, you know, I think for next week, well, okay, let me put it this way. It may not be next week.
Yeah, we had technical difficulties.
Right, we did. So, no, I'm saying that you may not want to tackle this next week, is what I'm saying.
Okay, go.
I'm saying that whenever you're ready, I,
Can we talk about lizard people? Reptilians.
Can we talk about the reptilian overlords? And you know what else we could talk about? That's crazy. Just
The
randomly.
Matrix.
Okay, the Matrix, yes. And then we can also talk about the Denver airport. Crazy shit. The horse that killed its master. Talk about that. The evil horse. If you've never been in the Denver airport, they've got a horse out in front as you're driving into the airport that's evil. It's got red eyes. It's blue. I forget what they call it. And the
Satan's ride. No,
the dude that sculpted it, it actually fell on him and killed him.
I know, because it needed a sacrifice, man.
Maybe. And there's all types of crazy shit going on at the Denver airport that we can talk about too. We are pretty much about out of time. I always enjoy hashing the crazy shit out with you. Again, comments, feedback, ideas, we are opened. One more time on the email, it's that some crazy shit podcast at gmail.com. We are working on Facebook and we're gonna put some Instagram stuff together as well. We're working on it. We're old school, you know. So give us a second. I'm not a social media fan, so I don't even like that stuff, but I'm going to do it. I will do it, and I will do it with a smile. I am biting the bullet, and I'm going to do it with the smile. But until next week, check us out. My name is Kelly Morgan.
And I'm James Baez.
And you have been listening to That's Some Crazy Shit.
See ya.